Previously on X-Men.
Oh, are back. Welcome back to Unpopular Reviews, BDSIR. Best damn show in radio, where barbershop talk meets radio. I am one of your hosts tonight, Mike KNOXXX. I guess he didn't switch his name because today he is the executive consultant. What's going on, my guys? It's been 2 weeks. We live in Florida, so what's going on?
I think that should give us an excuse right there. We live in Florida, and everybody in the country pretty much knows, that should be news of the day, what happened to us last week. Hurricane Ian said, not for you. Not doing it for you. And, of course, now we're back. I feel like we're out of practice. It's been a while. I had to dust off the cobwebs, clean out some flooding, and, some trees were here. My tree survived, though. Look at that. My tree survived. It's still alive, much to the dismay of others. But we are here with you all live in Florida. And I think you're frozen, so only I'm live until he gets that internet back on. Ian is still affecting people, ladies and gentlemen, still affecting people. I don't know why, I don't know when, but we got a lot to talk about today.
I can see.
I thought he was back, and he's not. Yeah, he's the frozen one as I'm checking this stuff out. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another. Oh, are you back yet? Technical difficulties. We're out of practice for 2 weeks. We're out of practice. Anytime you're ready to come back, Mr. Knox. Anytime you're ready to come back.
No, we're not out of practice. We're out of.
Your internet connection is out of practice. Look at it, just circling around, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We're live. We're ready for some action. We're ready to talk about football. We actually have a versus coming up, versus battle, whatever we call it. We still haven't got a title, so we just call it versus. X-Men 90s versus X-Men 2000s. Can't wait for this one. Going to talk about the results of the last one we did. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. Oh, it was NBC versus ABC. And we had some, like I said, football, what we're watching, some news, so a little bit of wrestling. We have a lot to talk about. And as soon as Mike's connection gets back on, we're going to talk about it. Oh, it's not a good day for Mr. Mike KNOXXX's connection. It is not a good day. And that's a killer background. So
it's Spectrum. I
don't think you're allowed to talk bad about Spectrum.
Can you? I see you. I can.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, can you see me?
I can see you now.
Am I Willie?
No, you're actually almost 100% perfect again. Well, you were.
I were.
Can't be Willie because Willie would just not be here. I don't know.
Or late.
Okay.
No, here's the thing. All signs point to everything's fine, except for it is frozen.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's your background. It's too much for it.
It's not. My room is not looking clean today. Okay. You're gonna tell me that I'm freaking
Yeah, it's your background, broski. Hate to be that guy, but it's your background. And like I said, once he comes back, we'll start getting ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to us. I know it's been a while. Bear with us, but we are here to talk about everything. As I say, the best show you and your friends and family are not watching every single Wednesday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Best damn show in radio. Unpopular Review presents myself as well as Mr. Mike KNOXXX, who took down the background. I can see why he says his room is not. Oh, there it goes again. Look at him.
I'm pretty fucking pissed.
I can tell. I can always tell by the look on your face. You are pissed. You blink your eyes very fast. And you look up. You're pissed.
I pay way too much money for this harassment. Way too much money.
You should call and threaten to quit.
But
we can't hear you again, buddy.
Are you serious?
Maybe they send you to retention department and you can get a deal. I don't know. I don't know these things.
Can you not really see me?
I can see you. You're on a delay. And there are certain times where you're going really well, and there are certain times where you're frozen. It's like now. You want to completely reset your router?
I did that before we came on air. Can you hear me now?
Well, you didn't have this problem on Monday, right? I can hear you now.
No.
Like I said, you coming in and out.
How am I now? Perfect. All right.
Okay.
I went straight Wi-Fi. I left the hard wire alone, which is ass backwards.
That is completely backwards. It's supposed to work well with the hard wire and leave the whatever.
But here we are. We're fine now, right?
Yeah, we are fine now.
All right. So, damn it, X-Men. X-Men cartoon series. I cannot wait. We are back. It's not a versus. It's a what you like versus what I like kind of scenario. Don't Creed. Don't give me the 90s that fast. Okay, because did you watch the 2000s?
Evolution.
Okay. Did you watch X-Men? It still was in the 2000s, but X-Men Evolutions. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why X-Men Evolutions was better than the 90s X-Men. Sorry. It's the same reason why Sensational Sherry's better than Miss Elizabeth.
Arguably. You're making an argument that she's better, but that's arguable. I mean, I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying it's arguable.
Well, also, what are you watching today? Because I'm watching a lot of great television.
Well, you know me, I don't watch that much, but I'll tell you what I'm about to watch, but I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Well, you already know. First of all, every week, if you're not watching the show where her daddy's watching and she's in love with her uncle while she's marrying her cousin, Queen Val. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I heard the incestuous remarks.
House of Dragons. Okay. Also came back 2 weeks ago. It's back now. Abbott Elementary, Philly's own.
I'm about to say that's the best part of that show.
The Philly rendition and the homemade, like the way they talk. When my girl up front, Janine, go, John.
Yeah. Even your internet's not feeling that joke.
She really does. Incredibly awesome.
Okay. What else you got? Oh, man.
What?
Your internet's messing up again. How about this? Do you have anybody else that's on your internet? Because if they do, I recommend they get off.
Brother, I don't have those kind of issues. If it's an
You have it right now.
issue, it's an issue with the company. Well, it's not because someone else is connected to it, though.
Okay.
It's not the people
go
around
for
me.
it.
If it's not working, it's just the internet. Something I can do about it right now. I've had problems, although I am connected ever since Ian.
Okay.
You can't hear me. So if you can't hear me, I'm going to leave.
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can definitely hear you. Go ahead. Oh, I did.
I'm home. It's football season. There should be nothing else you're watching on TV right now. If you're not clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Coach Eric Taylor, wife and principal and counselor Tammy Taylor, Julie Taylor, which, by the way, I'd have had to smack the shit out of Julie a bunch of times as my daughter. I'm saying that live on air. Yes, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. Tim Riggins, Texas forever. Kelly, this show is the show of shows, and I don't know how I can say this. I spell my name with 3 X's because I too cry, and that's hardcore. Because that show puts a tear in my eye every time I watch it. What you watching?
There's only one show. Well, I mean, you know, I watch the same shows all the time. There's only one show I'm actually interested in seeing. That's because it's getting a lot of hate, a lot of controversy surrounding this show, and I want to see why. We're talking about the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix show.
Have you seen it? I finished it already.
That's great. I have not. I don't watch shit, right? But I will say this: there is one more show I did watch this week. I can't believe I forgot about this. Right? There is one more.
Did you watch the Dahmer show or not?
I have not. I just said I haven't, but I said I'm going to. That's what I said. I said I heard so much hype. I heard so much hype. I want to give it a try.
You should have watched it.
I'm going to give it a try. No, because I don't have time. I have stuff to do. I got planes to catch. But there is a show that I did watch last week because my friends were in town and they had me watch the show. Yeah, plane. Like even tomorrow, I'll be on the plane. So this is the show I did watch. Mike Tyson documentary on Hulu, all 8 episodes. I watched it, and let me tell you something. I actually enjoyed it. Now, it's opens my eyes to
yourself for watching this bullshit. No, it's not. It's all fabricated. At least 80% of it is. Mike Tyson himself said they took
excerpts.
There's no factual ground. This is hard. Hulu, who does a great job at Wu-Tang, at the Pam and Tammy story. I think Hulu does a great. The Handmaid's Tales, they're pretty good. This right here, I stopped watching it, and you know how much I watch TV. 15 minutes into the show. 15 minutes into the show, I couldn't watch it anymore.
Okay, well, that's you. I watched it. 8 episodes into the series, and I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time. Was it fabricated or not? Look, none of us were there for most of these events. We were there. We watched it on TV, just like, I grew up in the area. You grew up in the area. But we weren't there. We don't know everything that happened. Is it fabricated or not? I mean, probably most of it's not real. But I still enjoyed the show. Can I enjoy it? You sat here and talked about us watching some House of Dragons with aunt sleeping with the nephew and the uncle sleeping with the stepfather. And the king is sleeping with the town slut. Like, I don't. Can I enjoy my shit? Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you?
If you shit, then go ahead and eat it. Go ahead.
The only thing is shit right now is your internet. Okay, that's what I'm watching, ladies and gentlemen. I want to watch the Jeffrey Dahmer story, and I watch Mike Tyson.
That's true.
That's why you have no comeback.
I can hear everything you say, which is the funny part.
I can hear everything you say.
I am clearly, I wonder how this is actually coming off on here, to be honest, because it probably comes off like
it's you and it's me. They're entertained. What can I say? Let's go ahead and read some of these comments. XMEN 90s. Dennis Gonzalez says House of Dragons is that shit though. Okay, and I know a lot of people like it. It's not for me, but if you like it, each their own. Some people make good decisions.
What you got in the news this week?
News this week was actually just brought in my. Say what?
It's a lot of bullshit out there.
Yeah, well, the one that was brought to my attention, and I'm a little bit interested to talk about it, is right here. I need to know more about this. Kanye West doing Kanye West things out there wearing a White Lives Matter shirt. This, I'm sure, put a lot of people in uproar. Mike, what do you feel about it? I mean, is Kanye tripping or is he making a statement?
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Bullshit. Listen, all right. This isn't my words. It's in the words of Nietzsche. Nietzsche said, and I quote, Kanye seeks white approval so bad that's just him. And I just learned to accept that. Whenever it fits Kanye's narrative, he will do things like this because he knows we're going to do things what we're doing right now. And that's talk about it. That's all he cares about. And then you have the side when he's not getting the white appropriation that he desires and approval that he desires so much. Then it's, Black Lives Matter and, he's here for the causes. Kanye West to me is a walking Chris Benoit. And I'm going to say that. No, he hasn't murdered anybody, but his brain is completely mush. It has to be. Okay? It just has to be. And as it comes to a point in time, I know you're going to have your right wingers, left wingers, up wingers, down wingers. You go down low, I go up. It don't matter, wingers, wherever they lay your head. I'm not here for that. Okay, we're talking about one of the most influential people in hip hop, not just hip hop, in the world. In the world, to be honest. So he knows what he's doing right here. Okay, he knew what he was doing right here. When not only did he do this, when he went and got the chick from Fox News to join him in this, who also gets that flag. I'm surprised he didn't have Stacey Dash smiling in his outfit. Okay, and before anybody get all upset and want to comment and forget one thing and one thing only, because you can care for your people just like I can care for mine. So I want to remind you.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black.
All lives matter. I'm not saying that. And what people don't understand, what people have never understood, and I'm going to say it here loud and clear. I hope you can hear me. It wasn't about that all lives matter. They're not killing everybody. They're killing my people. So we said, do Black Lives Matter? It wasn't to offend anybody else. So if you were offended by it, you didn't understand what the fuck we were saying in the first place. So the fact that he wears this bullshit, it was like when I found out about other things about Kanye. I'm ready to throw all my albums out the window, except that I download them all now. They're all digital. So I got to be careful which ones I play. Because he's just a clown. I'm not even upset, to be honest with you. I'm just not. It's just like, it's more upsetting about the debates that are going on about the situation. Because you should understand this man by now, Chris. It's just that's who he is. That's who he is. Same thing.
I look at it in
when he put on the Make America Great Head again.
Yeah, Make America Great Again. Yeah, he is a controversial figure. That's what he does. And there's a reason why he's a controversial figure. I couldn't find a proper picture for it, but this will give you a bit of an idea where I'm going with this. Kanye West's net worth, his net worth is $2 billion smackaroos.
Billion, yeah.
$2 billion. One popular wrestling figure, used to be a promoter. His name is Eric Bischoff, and one of his most famous sayings that he always has is, controversy creates cash. There are hardly many more people in the world that can create more controversy than one Kanye West. And that's what this is. And that's why he will always remain in the news as he has been for the past 20 years. And that's why he will probably for another 20 years as long as he's alive. That's my opinion on that. Don't take it too seriously because you're going to rack your brain over it.
But on a lighter note, spoiler alert.
I love his spoilers because they keep you in anticipation because he's frozen.
Spoiler alert. Jesus Christ, are you serious, bro? Am I back?
You were like, spoiler alert, and then it was frozen, and it was just like this, and I was like, damn, this must be great. I couldn't wait. I was like, ready for you to shoot through the roof.
Let me go before
call your folks right now. Call a friend and tell a friend. Mike Knox is about to drop a spoiler alert. It was hot, baby. Too hot for the, oh my God.
Rumor has it, reported today in the Hollywood Reporter.
Dirt sheets.
Hollywood Reporters, it is a dirt sheet. Okay. But it's more accurate ones that exist in this world today. It's before there was a TMZ, there's the Hollywood Reporter. If I get any news I get from Hollywood, if it doesn't come from them, I don't really report it. I'm only reporting as a spoiler because I'm here for yay or nay. But the thing is this, when it comes to any news, and as being a wrestling fan, a sports fan, anything you're a fan of, because it means you're crazy, you're a fanatic, is that the possibilities that Dr. Doom is really the villain in this movie. You got people understand some things, put some things together in perspective. This is the last four. You want to keep calling the phases, this is phase 4's last movie. Phase 4 hasn't been so great.
That's not been.
Black Panther next to the Avengers. Cow. Can't hear me again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Is there cash cow? So if this rumor is true and we get Victor Von Doom, oh, I'm here for all the smoke. Your thoughts on this dirt sheet?
Well, I will say this. Ever since Black Panther 2 has been coming out, they've been talking about having Victor Von Doom debut in this one. I don't think he should. I understand the reason and the mechanics behind it, but I mean, Dr. Doom, and he was an enemy of Black Panther, but to be honest with you, if you know anything about Dr. Doom, you'll know.
But the vibranium.
Dr. Doom is the enemy of half the, I was going to say the MCU, half the Marvel comic book universe, I'll say. He really is. Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Black Panther. He fights about Spider-Man. Matter of fact, he was like the main villain in the Spider-Man cartoons in the 80s. I'm telling you, he's like it. I don't necessarily think this is the movie for it. However, it does make me more excited because Dr. Doom is my favorite comic book villain of all time. So I can't wait to see this. I've always been hoping to shoot. Like I said, I've heard this in the beginning before. That's why when you brought it to my attention, I said it's confirmed. I just don't want to get my hopes up.
I've never heard.
I'm excited enough for.
I've never heard nothing about Dr. Doom and Black Panther in the movie. It's all been geared towards Fantastic Four because that's his number
Dennis
one
Gonzalez
guy.
Heard the same thing. They've been talking about Doom being the true villain. We aren't going to see him, but there might be another key, and I agree with that. Hey, I'll be for it if it is. I think Prince Namor is enough. I think Prince Namor is one of the biggest villains they've had that they have not had. That Prince
Namor's not a villain. He's not a villain.
He's a tweener.
That's the
if you're a wrestling fan, he can be a tweener. He could be a tweener. It looks like he has a thought.
Black Panther. We know King. Hold on. Somebody say preach. All right, I preach. Preach on. I like Jericho. Welcome, Shay. That's the problem. He's the victim. What is POV? Curious.
Point of view.
No. I won't say I enjoy everything personally. It hasn't been great, but I think you can't compare what they were to what they are now.
Well, as you see here, Vaughn, and shout out to Vaughn. Dr. Doom is a game changer for the future of Marvel. I agree because right now they're looking like they're trying to do King the Conqueror. I know some people like King the Conqueror. I've never really been that interested in King the Conqueror. I don't like his character that I've seen.
This is about Galactus.
Well, Galactus is that N-word, so to speak.
That's the guy that's next.
He eats planets.
Kang is just he's a tweener. Planets.
How rough can you be? I mean, even Star Wars had to have a damn Death Star, and when they realized that they had other movies without the Death Star, they're like, "Oh, it's not working. We gotta bring it back." You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to have something to destroy planets. That's it. For Kang is slang for king. Thank you so much.
Well, yeah,
for that bit of knowledge.
we knew that. Hey, let's take our first break. Come back, make some money in the NFL. Talk to our guy Raphael. And we'll be right back, y'all, here on Unpopular Reviews. Best damn show radio where barbershop talk meets radio.
My favorite scene is when my face is buried in my girl's boobies. The old lady will
look at him thighs. Megan the Stallion.
When I called.
Hi, my name is Sita Superior. Thanks for coming to see me. Today, we are getting back to our roots. We are finally back to watching an anime.
We have Pretty Deadly versus Don't Start With Your Foolery versus Briggs and Jensen for the UK tag title. So, Pretty Deadly. I already know Pretty Deadly can put on really great matches. And I think Briggs and Jensen can as well, but they haven't done it as much as Pretty Deadly, so I've kind of been waiting. But this match showed me that they definitely have come up to par. They're great. And here you go. Like, you just hate them so bad. What did they do to you? I understand that, Jensen's, jorts were a little bit a lot today. End up retaining. How do you feel? I don't know how to calm this man down.
Bobby Boucher was a lonely boy.
Everybody else got friends, Mama. I just want some too.
You don't have what they call the social skills.
Only joy was his job.
I'm a water boy.
Until one day,
Must be something wrong with his medulla oblongata.
he discovered his special gift. Now,
Play football for this team.
the world will feel his pain. The Water Boy.
And welcome back, everybody, to Unpopular Reviews, best damn show in radio networks right here. And we're talking to my man, Raphael. We was not here last week, and clearly I'm not all the way here this week as I'm still having technical difficulties. What's going on, Raphael? How you doing, my brother?
Good. I jumped on early because you guys always talk some interesting stuff, and I'm glad I did because you guys were all over the place. Dr. Doom will be in Black Panther. He's minus 1,000, and this has been heavily bet since November when I posted those odds on what character was going to make a cameo. Odds. Keep an eye out for Storm. Will probably make a cameo, which I'm hearing as well. And Black Panther 2, but I totally agree with you guys that Dr. Doom, he will be the true villain probably in the Marvel movies, but I would think I'm hearing anywhere between 4 to 5 movies he's going to be invested in there, so I highly...
If Storm's in this movie, I'm going to get mad because her king is not with us anymore, so they can have his child. People understand that Storm and T'Challa had a baby.
That's true. And people keep on asking me because we had what character will be the next Black Panther, so people are... that's one thing that these the actors and everyone, they've really kept quiet. Is someone going to actually put it on, which we did see in a preview. Someone will put it on at the end. I'm very curious. I didn't want to see any spoilers on that. I wanted spoilers for everything else. I didn't want spoilers for that because I want to enjoy this movie as a fan, not as a guy that's creating profit.
November 1st, my family will be there in our all white. Come out and celebrate this funeral. Listen, man, my Philadelphia Eagles.
Best team in the league.
Number 1 team in football, baby. 4-0. I had them at this point 4-0. Not like this guy over here. I mean, it's okay. It's opinions. And as we learn how things change, you can change your opinion because you've gotten some more intel, right? You got some more intel. So the intel tells me right now the Eagles are undefeated. They are minus 5. They're 5-point favorite in this game against Arizona at home. 4:00 game. Your take on this game right here?
This one could be that hiccup game that the Eagles will have. The mini-me could be running around all over the place because he does magic just like Hurts does. So it's not like it's going to be Hurts the best quarterback. I think Hurts throws the ball better than mini-me. So I think Hurts is an overall better quarterback. So I think this is that hiccup. I think Arizona got that is playing much better than they were before the first 2 weeks of the season. So I'm actually looking for Arizona. I'm waiting to see how high this one goes. This one opened up at 4, 5, 5.5 says popping up. The betting public is going to be all over the Eagles because any news channel you watch, Eagles. This one would be bet all the way up to 6. If this thing goes to 6, I'm jumping on Arizona.
Well, it can jump to 7. And I'm still saying, lock it up! Lock it up!
That was my first Asian. You better lock it up. You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Undefeated this year on my locks and my upsets. And I'm undefeated on Thursday Night Football. We'll get to that later. But I'm taking the Birds with my lock and that 5. And if unless it jumps to 8, then I'm off. All right, y'all hear me out there. If it gets to 7.5, back the train up, take Arizona. Right, might be a think-em game. But right now, I'm taking the Birds to cover that game. Chris, your thoughts? So you got Birds, Arizona.
I definitely got the Birds winning. You know,
which Birds? It's the old NFC.
That's
East.
My point. I can't lose, right? No, the Eagles are going to win. The only situation I have is that I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk like people think it's going to be. I've always said Arizona, in the beginning of time, has been an upset team. They win a lot of games I feel like they should not have won. As a younger team, I don't think they realized the rivalry between the Cardinals and the Eagles from the dates of back when the Cardinals were the NFC East. But, this is definitely not going to be an easy pick, but I think the Eagles are going to pull it off in the end. I just hope that they're not having any substantial injuries going into this game because it's going to be hard-hitting. I don't see a high-scoring game coming out this one, but the Eagles are definitely going to be my pick.
And keep an eye out for the Eagles. They may be overlooking this game because you know who they play next week at home? Dallas. Big D comes in town. Dallas comes. So
the over-under is 49.5. Listen, I don't think it's a cakewalk. I didn't think Jacksonville was a cakewalk, Raphael.
It wasn't. We actually
wasn't.
Going into the game, it scared me. You know what I mean? And so, and that retrospect. But like you said, I think Arizona's a scary, sneaky team, and they do not do good against running quarterbacks. They just do not. I mean, Daniel Jones continuously, I see him running. Every time I see Daniel Jones on TV play football, I go, when he runs, I go, I saw against the Eagles, he killed us every time he plays us. So next game on the schedule, which is the game of the week, the Cowboys and the Rams. America's team in the American game of the week. They have the Cowboys. I gotta say that. Are underdogs at home by 5.5 to Caesar Sportsbook. Rams is favorite on the road by 5.5. How you got this, Rafael? Because could this also be the trap game? Dak back next week, or is he not back week? Cooper, everybody's rushing to his defense. What's going on here?
It's going to be a low-scoring game because that Dallas D. I mean, we saw San Francisco's D on Monday night. That Dallas D is pretty much almost equal to them. A defense wins this game, and if it's going to be a defensive game, here's another one. I'll take the plus points. I'll take Dallas plus the points because I'm not sold on the Rams. They can't run the ball. Akers, where you at? Where you at running the ball? He's nowhere to be found. If they can't run the ball, and I don't think their quarterback play has been awful. See, they're throwing picks. I don't think he's been healthy. With his tennis elbow or pitching arm elbow. Does he need Tommy John surgery maybe? Who knows? I like the boys. I'm going to wait to see how high this number comes.
I hate, but my money means more than my feelings. But I'm with you, all right? I'm going to lay the money on this game. I'm going to lay it for the Cowboys. That defense is just, after what I just saw Monday and what the Rams did in that game and how they just kept getting blitzed and by San Francisco, and I think you're right. I think the heart, everybody knows the heart of the Dallas team, there's that defense right now. And we thought maybe last year was an anomaly. No, it's serious.
Parsons is a beast.
They're real. They're here. I'm frozen. I'm back. All right. So I'm going with the Cowboys in this game, although that pains me to say this. You're taking this, Chris.
I'm going to definitely go with the Cowboys, and that's not even just a pick of me thinking they're going to win. That's a pick of me wanting them and needing them to win because I want them to go in thinking that they have a bit of an edge. Going into against the Eagles, where if they take the L, then it's going to be hard for them to want to take 2 L's in a row. And we need them to take 2 L's in a row. So I'm going to be rooting for the Rams anyway because I can't stand the Cowboys. And I never root against the Cowboys unless they're playing the Patriots. And then that's just who needs it more.
My money's on the line, so I'm going Cowboys to take that.
Okay. Well, luckily, my money's not on the line. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys can pull it off.
Another intriguing game. This game should be off the books, Raphael. No, we just got word today that Jonathan Stewart will not play tomorrow. I guess they do that when it's for quarterbacks. They take them off. They take the games off the books, right? They don't care about running backs. It's just a
no one cares about running backs.
Yeah, just go ahead and line them up. But Thursday night, which I am undefeated on, Broncos and Colts. All right, this game's in Indianapolis, and the Denver Broncos is favored by 3.5. Raphael, good. That's a good line. Over under is 44.
It's one will move. Denver will probably move to 4 just because of the news. And let's face it, the Colts couldn't run the ball before. Their offensive line has been in shambles. Matty Ice running around like he's back in Atlanta. But boy, Denver's not a good team. Russell Wilson right now is overrated for me. I do not like Russell Wilson as a quarterback. I could think of 10 quarterbacks in the league better than Russell Wilson right now. So I don't want to put my money on that. If you can get the 3.5, I think maybe take Denver, but I want nothing to do with the Colts if they don't have any running game and their offensive line still in shambles.
Did you say 10 quarterbacks above Russell?
I'll take 10 quarterbacks above Russell Wilson.
Now, I did want him to 1-2 step his ass to Philadelphia, but right now I'm happy with my quarterback, Mr. Jalen Hurts, in that game.
He's better than Russell Wilson.
Right now, yes, he is. For me, this is a do not touch game, but I got to keep the streak going somewhere. In this, so I'm gonna go because I got to do it, and I got to do it live on air. My underdog of the week, Indianapolis wins this game. I don't know. I'm with you. I just don't. Something with Russ. You watched Russell Wilson play with this team, and you talk about all this hype, all the pundits, everybody saying that the AFC West is going to be great because these quarterbacks. I'm with you, and all these games are on TV. You have access to watch these games. Russell's not playing well, right? This team's not playing well. Indianapolis, Frank Wright, I'm sorry, who I just believe in. No, shout out to Biggie, rest in peace. I said Frank White. But I'm taking the Colts with my upset and my undefeated line on Thursday Night Football tomorrow to cover this game and not win this game outright, but just cover. People understand that. Whenever I play, we playing for the money line. Okay, you're going to give me the points, especially if it rises by tomorrow. I'm taking that all day. Chris, you're taking this game.
Broncos just needed more. And what I mean by that is they have something to prove. They need to prove something. Russell Wilson needs to prove something. This is do or die for him. They are at home. And when I do my picks, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. I mean, I am excellence, but not perfection. I go by passion and what needs to happen mathematically. And mathematically, I just don't see Denver being able to afford to take an L in this game. The Broncos should pick up the victory with the Colts. But I'm not completely sure about that. I could definitely be wrong with the Broncos.
This reminds me of the Raiders last week. Needed a win. They're at home. Only team that hasn't got a W. This game reminds me of what the Raiders play. I have a quick question for you guys right now. Who would you take, Geno Smith or Russell Wilson?
Shit, Geno Smith.
Yeah, unfortunately, Geno Smith.
He's been playing better football.
If I'm going off,
see, that's you know what? To answer that question, to be fair, I'm still going to say Russell Wilson. I have to, because I can't let what's right now in the season sway me, right? And I get that's the eyeball, that's the what have you done for me lately test. But historically, Geno Smith, yeah, I said it. Your stories that have been written, okay? I'm not on the booger sugar like Tony Khan. I'm not, okay? I'm not. I'm just saying he still has he still goes home to Sierra.
I know. I said playing football. I didn't say who he's going home with.
Still playing football. I get to go home with that. I'm taking him. Last game, crazy game. I think it's one of the more intriguing games. The Ravens of Baltimore and Cincinnati. Since Ravens are favorite at home in this game, Ravens come off a tough loss. Cincinnati on the road back. 3 favorite. Over under is 48 in this game on the dot, Raphael. How you got this game?
Here's another game that's desperate mode for Baltimore. What happened to Baltimore's D? Where's their secondary can't tackle? I remember watching with Ray Lewis back days where the defense was carrying games. Their defense has been MIA, but I like Baltimore just because I think this is a desperate game for them. They can't go lose to the Bengals at home. They've already lost last week. I want to say take Baltimore. This was a no play for me, but I would think Baltimore is a desperate play for here if you're the Ravens.
I'm with you. I think it's a no play for me as well in this, but it's a game that, people want to touch that money line. It's going to be them late guys going to the, trying to get a bet in, trying to get some money won, not knowing where to go, where to turn. I say don't turn it. Just pick another game. Find something else to put your money on. But if I got to go with you in this game, I got to go with Baltimore too. It's just they have to want it more.
Baseball playoff game will have my money before this game.
There you go. Phillies all day. What you got in this game, Chris?
I would like to see both of them tie. Simply because the fact that AFC North is consisting of 4 teams and 3 of them have 2-2 records, where 1 of them have 1-3, and that's my pick for the AFC Super Bowl. So I really need both of them to tie, so Pittsburgh can turn it around. They're probably going to bench Mitch Trubisky in there. So this is it. This is where they start showing why they are a Super Bowl team once again. But if I had to pick up, it would probably be Baltimore because they're home.
Okay. Well, check my man out at VSI Doc Sports. Raphael, man, listen, thank you as always for tuning in and checking out. I appreciate it. Real question before you leave. You have the 92 X-Men cartoon versus X-Men Evolutions WB's cartoon. I know everybody's favorite is the X-Men 90s too, because without it, where do you start? But like fine wine, things get better with age, no? Where do you go with that cartoon if you had a choice to pick?
Oh, that's a tough. I totally get the fine wine aspects, but we wouldn't have the fine wine if we didn't have the aged wine. So I'm old school on that one. That's a great. I have those VHS tapes somewhere. I need to bust those out because I think I have a working VHS machine somewhere in my house.
Well, we're going to talk about that momentarily. Raphael, I appreciate you coming on, my brother. See you next week.
Be safe, everybody out there in Florida.
Peace.
Previously on X-Men.
Oh, yes. People, I have been whooping his ass every week. Wasn't here for 2 weeks. You got the votes? Can't hear you. Muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Still say even your crap didn't believe that answer that you just said. That was bull crap.
What you mean? What? You ever run the tapes back? Did Chris Breezy not beat the living crap? I mean, get living crap kicked out of him by Usher? Did Beyonce not kill Rihanna?
Beyonce did not kill Rihanna. Rihanna beat Beyonce. Okay.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. Rihanna beat Beyonce. Chris Brown lost. I'm sorry, Usher beat Chris Brown's ass. I'll give you that.
And Star
Trek did lose to Star Wars closer, but Star Trek did lose to Star Wars. But you forget that 2 weeks ago, last time we were here, we actually had another one.
I didn't forget.
ABC versus NBC.
Okay. I saw those numbers. I won again.
I don't know that. I don't remember. It was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's time to go over those numbers.
Okay. How about that smile? Show me that smile. Don't living on the best is ready to begin. Don't come at me.
That's exactly why it always says we're at capacity, because we still got shit from 2 weeks ago. Should have been deleted. Let's go ahead and talk about these results from 2 weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen. ABC, which was picked by Mike Knox, versus NBC, which was picked by your boy. Let's go ahead. This is from Instagram. This is which station had a better family show? This Is Us lost to Modern Family, 33% to 67%. 1 point for Mr. Mike Knox. What's the most popular show? Grey's Anatomy at 19%. Law and Order, SVU, 81%. 1 point for your boy. Best black representation on TV, Blackish at 40%. Cosby Show with 60%. 2 points for your boy. Best comedy show, Blackish with 43%. Seinfeld with 57%.
Changed mighty fast, but okay.
3 points for your boy. And best theme song, that Growing Pains bullshit he just played, 6%. And Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 94%. 4 points for your boy. NBC wins. The Instagram one. Is Twitter. I'm going to set him over. Let's go ahead and talk about Twitter. Best family show, Modern Family crushes This Is Us, 89% to 11%. 2 points for Mike now. Which show had a better black representation? Blackish, 83%.
That shocked me, by the way.
Show, 72%.
I actually voted for, listen, I always vote for my own shit. That time I actually voted Cosby Show. I just couldn't.
I voted for other ones too. I got to be fair.
I got to be real. Right.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 54%. Growing Pains, 46%. 5 points to 3 points. Last two. What's the most popular show? Grey's Anatomy with 58%. Law and Order with 42%. And best comedy, Blackish beat Seinfeld, 75%, 25%.
I don't even get that one.
It is a tie.
Get the out of here. Well, this one,
which we're trying to avoid here, but it was a tie.
Now, what are the subjects in this week? You remember what they are? For this week we have the best part. There you go. Okay. Hey, look at you becoming a best artist, best time slot. Y'all remember when these shows, these cartoons came on? Okay. Where was the best time slot? Best voices? That one I might think might be a push one. Best overall story. This is where I hope I make my argument play. And then better overall theme song. That might be a push as well. But we're going to find out today your thoughts. We're going to find out Chris's argument point to these things. Age before beauty. I remember who went first last. I'll just go first if that's okay with you and go with the artwork. Okay. I thought, see, it's kind of hard, and I think a lot of people don't understand that when you look at this picture here, right? And that's obviously the remake 97 we know Disney Plus TV shows coming out with, right? So that might be a little different than some of the original one, but it's very, very similar. This is just brought up a little differently in color, okay? But you go back to this picture, and that's good, but like fine wine, things do get better, and artwork is one of those things. And I thought, yes, it may be drawn different. And here's the thing, fans. Get out of what you're used to, what you love, what you're accustomed to. Stop going to the What did Roman Reigns tell y'all? Stop doing missionary every single night. Even if she likes it, lift a leg up or something. Okay? And here's the thing about this show I love the most from WB. They wanted to always pay homage to the original show. It was in almost so much of their show. You couldn't even have this show without the original X-Men. Okay? But they did. And I think they gave me way better artwork in that show. And again, is it an unfair category? I think that it is, but I'm still going to go with my X-Men Evolutions over the original X-Men. Chris?
There is no way anybody in their right mind is going to sit here and say the artwork in X-Men Evolution is better than the artwork in X-Men 1990s. I'm sorry.
In my right and my left.
Sorry?
I'm in my right and my left mind.
There's no way. There's no way. The X-Men Evolution, yes, okay, so existed. Was it bad? No, I'm not saying it was bad. I thought it was pretty daggone good, right? I'm not taking anything away from it. Look at that. Look at that. But when you think about certain things, you think about X-Men from the 90s. Why? Why? Because look at this.
Sorry.
Everybody had a crush on Rogue or Storm or Mystique. They were drawn so well, so detailed, so sexual. You can't beat it. They have it. They show images from them today. It was much more detailed, much more effective, and much more memorable. Once again, I'm not taking anything away from Evolution. Would never do that. But there's no way you can sit here and tell me that you don't remember this. And if you don't remember, there's also a GIF that comes up all the time, every time something bad happens. And that is this picture.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying, they don't have it in X-Men Evolution. They have it here. That's what you see. I'm going to have to say X-Men 1990s for that one.
Best time slot. Do you remember when X-Men in the 90s came on?
Yeah.
When?
Pretty much every day.
Pretty much.
It was like every day at like 2 o'clock p.m. or 3 o'clock. It was after
every
school,
day.
I remember.
Here's the thing real fast about the 2000s version of X-Men and where they were in television at that point also, right? Because you look at the intro that I played and you look at Spike right here. Kind of a worthless character to the WB was very heavy into making Urban stand out. That's when Static Shock was on TV. They changed that artwork. It was hard to get used to. The Batman artwork changed, which I will, I know everybody loves Batman. What is it, animation? What do you call it?
Animated series.
The animated series. I personally love the WB's, all their cartoons better than the Fox cartoons, other than the Spider-Man. I absolutely did. I thought they just had better everything, and their time slots, especially because as a kid growing up, which in the 90s I was a teenager, but being a kid nonetheless, still watching cartoons to this day, it was something cool about getting up on Saturday morning with my nephew and my cousins and my homies. We had the night over, and we woke up and we'll watch Saturday morning cartoons. So like coming home from school, I wasn't a kid who came home straight from school all the time. You know what I mean? I played sports. You know what I'm saying? I did things like that. I was always very active after school. So I caught X-Men all the time. And I feel like every time I caught it, because it was on every day, I caught a lot of the same episodes. With X-Men Evolution, which we'll get into a little bit later, had a better overall flow to the TV series. And by being on less. And it's the third leading, only 2 X-Men or Marvel shows that cartoons that have lasted longer than Evolution is who we're going against tonight, X-Men. In the 90s era, and the one that without it, it really wouldn't exist, which is this Spider-Man show. It was being drawn the same. But that Spider-Man show to me crushes the X-Men show, and that's not even the competition for that. And I think it crushes it. And all the things that I'm rooting for in X-Men Evolutions is why Spider-Man was better than the X-Men show.
So I'll give you this. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna give you one. Every day, there were so many times where I saw the end of the first season, and I would rush home because I was hoping the next season would start, and then it will loop again. And they did it like 2 times. That was disappointing. However, where you fucked up is that you said you were looking forward to it when you came home, and that was the reason why that time slot existed. That was the reason why this was a better time slot. Because people rushed home because they needed to see what happened to Morph, what happened to Beast, what happened to Professor Xavier. They wanted to see it. Saturday, you're like, oh, this is the one I woke up. I have to be watching.
No, forget the. Stop it.
That's what it was.
No, it wasn't. Every morning cartoons is still the greatest.
For Power Rangers, I never cared.
First of all,
X-Men Evolution.
Power Rangers new episodes only premiered on Saturday mornings in that Fox slot. So, thank you. Come again. Okay. Saturday morning cartoons are the backbone to cartoons in this country.
Correct. But you rushed home to watch X-Men the animated series.
Until cable television came around. And ruined it. When the network said, we ain't got to be on Saturdays no more. We can just come on every day.
You rushed home to watch X-Men the animated series. Time slot has to go to X-Men 9.
Listen, here's why I didn't have to rush home for that. Best overall story. We love stories, right? It's one of the reasons why you hate the Batman, right? I don't hate the Batman. I love the Batman. I
hate the Batman because it didn't have a story.
Okay, right. That's your reasoning. But most people thought it had a great story. Okay. The continuity of this show. I learned more about the X-Men from Evolution than I learned from the original series. Because the original series was all over the place, it gave me storylines where I'm involved in the love triangle between Logan. The same story we always get when it comes to Jean. I thought they did a different story with Jean in Evolution, which I thought was better. I thought Storm had a better story and arc with her nephew over in Evolution, which is Spike. Sorry. Okay. Which is Spike there. I thought that was pretty cool how they did that. I thought Rogue, I know you said they made her goth. They did make her goth. That was I learned when it came to anything that's what we're going to continue to watch all our lives as we evolve is as long as they don't ruin the character all the way, I can't be mad at it. And I didn't think they ruined Rogue. I actually like Rogue better. Again, all aspects of this show. And I liked the 2000s Evolutions over 90s. I thought Nightcrawler's better than Beast to me. Okay. I'm loving Jubilee. You know what I mean? Shadowcat over Jubilee. I thought the Juggernaut was better. I thought Emma Frost, like every single thing that came to pass of what this show was, this show Evolutions evolved and beat it. Them going into the last season where they do mess with what's the blue guy? Yeah, I'm not getting names right now. Help me out. The biggest mutant, the first mutant. Apocalypse is just amazing how they get there and how every episode, it's like watching Smallville, how every single episode just climbed to where you knew it was getting to. Right? You learned about the relationship between Magneto and Mystique a lot more. That they were his children. How many kids he had with Quicksilver and all that. Just such a better story. I give the 2000.
Okay, you did freeze up a little bit, but let me tell you something. I'm gonna put up three pictures, and it will tell you why it cracks on every story in X-Men Evolution. Because people still talk about it to this day. People still want to see movies about this day. Three pictures. One, Days of Future Past. Great.
They focused on that, and they.
Okay.
You did it better.
Days of Future Past here is where everything is based on. I have to go with that. The Phoenix Saga, the original one. Come on, man. It's not as good. People remember the '90s version.
No, but that's not okay. Okay.
The Dark Phoenix Saga. They told the story better.
That's the only saga that was better. That was the only saga that was better. Was the Phoenix Saga. Every other saga, Evolutions did way more. Well, of course, but that don't mean they didn't focus on anything. Gambit was featured in that much Evolution, but he was featured more in Wolverine and versus the X-Men, which is actually 100% Days of Future Past. That whole cartoon is that movie. The Wolverine and the Wolverine X-Men, another great cartoon that Nickelodeon put out. WB puts out better cartoons. So right? WB did a better story job at it. Who had the better theme song, Chris?
I'm just going to do this one thing, and then you let me know who had a better thing.
Previously on X-Men.
I win again.
No, you don't. I can't believe you said that with a straight face.
Only thing I give you today so far is the theme song. That's all. That's all. I give you the 90s theme song. That is it. Okay. Best voices. This is where it gets like a matter of opinion. Like, I think we had a hard time deciphering what to actually talk about in this one because we both, like, for what it's worth, I love the 90s version of X-Men. You know what I mean? I just prefer 2000s. Evolution, better. Well, I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song is better than the 90s theme song of X-Men. So.
Okay, that's just fair enough.
But because they sung Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, like they don't even say that on that thing right there. So.
Fair enough. I can accept that one.
Sorry, my uncle called me twice. So, best voiceovers, who you got?
Once again, there's no comparison. You know, this is an easy W for me this week, man. No comparison. Because the movies voices people based off the 90s series.
Why do you keep calling this propaganda? Where does this come from?
How many peoples have dreamed of my end? You are no closer than the Babylonians with their swords and fire sticks.
The old world passes away. Together we shall forge a new one in fire and blood.
But then again, I am given pause to wonder. Is it possible you are correct, mutant? I have been battling your kind for thousands of years. I am to have triumphed long ago. But what if, like tortured Sisyphus, I cannot win? I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken!
Apocalypse. Professor Xavier, everybody's based off these 90s character voice work.
No, they're based off the comic book from the 70s. Stop with the propaganda. They're not based off of the set of the 90s show. And I even said earlier, yeah, they got their remnants from that. They wanted to pay respect to it, which I think you have to do in anything that comes before you, and that's your predecessor.
If you don't think that Apocalypse
don't get the audience twisted.
Their voice work wasn't
from what voice? What point? In the movies? We didn't even have Apocalypse. The one from the cartoon?
You don't think that people were not hoping to hear that voice is like Optimus Prime?
Okay, no. I'm sorry. You say I have far-fetched shit? That voice is nobody's Optimus.
They want Rogue to sound like Rogue. They want Gambit to sound like Gambit. They want Apocalypse to sound like You're about to make history.
Creo! You sound B? Come on! You like to throw the propaganda to make the people think that what you're saying is correct, but it's a false narrative.
It's 100% correct.
100. Where do you get your facts from, bub?
We're going to see when we put this all up on our Twitter.
No, that's different because but the voice what I'm saying is what you're saying. I'm not. That's not. Don't try to.
What's your debate? What's your argument?
My debate is I would take Logan's voice, which is the same voice from Evolutions and Wolverine the X-Men, over Apocalypse. That Apocalypse voice is not memorable. What's my man Goliath voice from Gargoyles? You know what I'm saying? That's not Optimus's voice. You know what I mean? That's not Darth Vader's voice. That's not a voice. That's not the Joker's voice from from Luke Skywalker himself. No, that voice. Huh? What's that mean? Okay. But he based off of, and he's like, that's my guy. I know he's biased. So, how to finally win? Go ahead. Every squirrel gets a nut. I mean, today it's not hard. Just pick up your phone and just put POF on your phone. You know, there's your nut right there. So, there it is for the week. Marvel, you guys refuse to open up your mind, Craig. Stimulate your mind. Let me go back and watch. Y'all got Disney Plus. Go watch it. X-Men Evolutions is a better cartoon, top to bottom. It's not even a question. Only thing they do better on the 90s version was the Phoenix Saga. I give you that, and the theme song. Ooh, the theme song. That's it. What you got?
We're going to find out when we put our polls up on Instagram and Twitter. Please show that you follow us at Unpopular Reviews on our Instagram and Twitter. What do you think are the best theme songs? What do you think were the best voices? What do you think was a better artist? When did you think was the better time slot? And who told the better story, X-Men 90s versus X-Men Apocalypse? That is pretty much a wrap, unless you have some wrestling to talk about. We're a little bit over time.
Yeah, we are. No wrestling to talk about. No, we're actually 3 minutes over time, so we're good. Came in at 8:05 today.
It's a little bit.
So we're good. So next week, all right, same time, same channel, as long as my internet working.
We're going to get that fixed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Bear with us. Thank you so much for watching us, and thank you so much for watching us back and participating, man. We love hearing your thoughts. We love hearing what you think about these NFL picks, the news. We love hearing about what you think about our.
Oh yeah, fuck you, Kanye. there it is.
Take us home.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.